Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Moncur. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Tuesday, the 27th day of August in the year of our Lord 2024. Yesterday was Monday, the 26th of August 2024. You will recall that I warned the country that on the island of Grand Bahama, Airbnb was a racket for illegal smuggling into the United States of America. Today, I shall make another allegation that on the island of New Providence, Airbnb is emerging as a front for drugs. Yesterday, according to a reliable Negro source, the minister responsible for health, Dr. Michael Darville, has ordered police to go to the western part of New Providence where there is an Airbnb who specializes in selling the rooms. But you can include in your visit a psychedelic drugs. It's called mushroom. Listen to me. The Europeans, they're running one of the most sophisticated drug smuggling exercise on the island of New Providence. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Dr. Michael Dowell, when are you going to bring those people before the courts? It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka, and of course, today is a very interesting day. There's so many exciting things happening in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. For instance, yesterday, according to an eyewitness news reporter, there were about 120 people on the island of Grand Bahama who participated in a demonstration against the proposed increase in electricity bills. I'm advised that among the witnesses to that demonstration happens to be the National Chairman and the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, Fred Mitchell, and West End and Bimini Member of Parliament, Kingsley Smith. So this is a developing story, and I may have some political commentary on it, because when I would have received that briefing about half an hour ago, my mind took me back many years to some important history in the Progressive Liberal Party that I perhaps will have to remind the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs and the National Chairman of the governing Progressive Liberal Party. I'm certain that Fred Mitchell will remember, but doubts has arisen based on the youthfulness of West End and Bimini Member of Parliament, Kingsley Smith, as to whether or not he would remember these powerful historical events in the PLP. But I'll invite my spiritual advisor, because I find that there's a wonderful story in one of the Negro media in which the Embassy of the United States of America celebrated Women's Equality Day, which I have to comment on. I tried all day to resist it, but moved by the Spirit, when I would have examined the allegations of the Embassy of the United States of America, there's only one allegation that they would have levied is the truth. The others, the embassy is misleading, because it appeared that the star Negro woman that they are fighting for equality for is, guess who? Allison Maynard Gibson. And every Negro citizen, including the County Joe people, they know that if there is one woman who has equality, indeed super equality, it is Allison Maynard Gibson. So Allison showed up, and I may have to point out to the Americans, why are they being hypocritical? Why are they exposing Allison to this? Because certainly the Americans gotta know that when it comes to equality in the Bahamas, there is no woman who has more equality than Allison Maynard. So I have a list of all her achievements. And I think it's going to be powerful if I move to discuss it. But it all depends on how the Spirit moves me, because today I'm being moved by the Spirit. Well, Bradley Roll, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. What spirit are you being moved by, Sandra?
My spiritual advisor, you, my
Is
spiritual
it
advisor.
your spirit? Is it the Holy Spirit? Or is it wine and spirits? Which one is it?
It is the Spirit that governs your life.
You've been moved by
Which
the Holy Spirit?
Spirit governs your life?
The Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that is the Spirit.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah. Should I go further than that?
That's interesting. All right, you said enough.
Okay.
So let's look at this passage today. We're gonna go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6. We got to get you to understand something about some sins that are pointed out here by the Apostle Paul to the Church of Corinth. And what is the difference between a person who is a Christian and do find themselves being tempted and sin from time to time versus someone who decides that they're going to practice sin. There is a big difference indeed. The Apostle Paul wrote to the church and he says to them, "Oh, don't you not know that wrongdoers will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived, neither the sexually immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men who have sex with men, nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor slanderers, nor swindlers will inherit the kingdom of God." And this is what switch with me, producer. It says, "And this is what some of you were, but you were washed, and you were sanctified, and you were justified in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, and by the Spirit of our God." Those who practice those things, go back for me, producer. Those who practice these things will not inherit the kingdom of God. The King James Version uses the word practice. Those who practice these things will not inherit the kingdom of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 to 11. Please go over this passage in your spare time. Thank you so much. Thank you, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, let's go back to Freeport, Grand Bahama, where we are told that about 120 Grand Bahamians did participate in a protest in Grand Bahama against the proposed increase in electricity. We're told that the national chairman, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell, was present. West End, Grand Bahama, and Bimini Member of Parliament Kingsley Smith was also present, and that they were the witnesses to that historic protest. So we shall continue to pray over the protests, and we shall continue to analyze the presence of two very powerful members of the governing Progressive Liberal Party, and I think it is powerful. God save the King. There is an article in the newspaper in which the United States Embassy has invited women, distinguished women, to celebrate women equality. It is to be noted that I took my time, then I consulted with a number of Negro citizens with a view to identifying who among these women comes from Bainstown, Grandstown, St. Barnabas. Were these working class women? Were these the women who can get no justice in simple human relationship? But I could find none. I saw Allison Maynard. The American Embassy, are they tricking Allison to bring Allison and dine Allison and suggest to the country that Allison is not getting equality in the Bahamas? Ha! Is that what the embassy is suggesting? I say shame on the Embassy of the United States of America for perpetuating a myth and for perpetuating a lie. That's what it is. Every citizen knows that Allison is the queen of the Bahamas, and Allison gets what she wants. Am I to remind you that when my cousin was prime minister, that's Perry Gladstone Christie, and when Allison wanted that juicy plump, And Christie appeared. As if he was not prepared to give her the juicy plum, she went home to her daddy, Sir Clement Maynard. And the next thing we know, Christie gave her a bag of juju. Allison, who negotiated with Sam Bankman, Allison is not equal? Ha! What's wrong with these Americans? You see why I'm supporting Donald Trump? Because you can't fool Donald Trump. But the Americans at that embassy is misleading us. Are the Americans suggesting to me that that musician, that wonderful musician, his ex-wife, is not being given equality as many times as the Negro government makes that Canadian woman the president of the University of the Bahamas? Ah! Come on, what is the American talking about? And then they have this woman who is there. She is so equal that every sin she has committed, no matter who was in charge of the country, they look elsewhere. But the Americans say she's not equal. And they make reference to their constitutional amendment which took place in 1920 that give women in the United States the right to vote. But black people, predominantly in the United States, didn't really have a right to vote until in the 60s. But now they don't know that there are some of us Negroes who knows the American history. So as they celebrate women's equality, allegedly in the Bahamas, what about the black people in America who just got the right to vote, just got certain fundamental protection around about 1965-68 when Lyndon Johnson became president? So you see how this game is played. So you celebrate women's right to vote in 1920, but that didn't include black people. It really didn't. It didn't. So therein lies the problem. So as I look over the Negro faces, because there was a Canadian woman among them, are they telling me that that Canadian woman lacks equality because she was married to an African Bahamian? As many times as Allison Maynard then make her president of the University of the Bahamas, Janine Hodder, ha! Janine Hodder ain't equal in the Bahamas? Why is the embassy spreading these lies? Janine Hodder got too much equality because she continued to be the president of the university. But there is one. See, the Americans ain't wrong. There is one in the picture who is not being treated fairly. And I shall introduce you to her. I had intended to privately complain to the minister responsible for national security some weeks ago, but unfortunately, he had certain international obligation which prevented me from having a quiet talk. In the picture, there is one woman who's not been treated fairly. She is a senator in the Honorable Senate. She is the president of the Senate. Can we see the president of the Senate? This is, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, the government Senator Michelle. How am I pronouncing the name? Let me get it. Yes, Lachelle Adderley. She's not being treated fairly. She perhaps is not aware of it, but I am. I met her the other night at a historical event. The President of the Senate, she did not have a police escort. She did not have a police chauffeur. And she is the President of the upper house of our Parliament, the Senate. So, if the embassy wants to say that she isn't being treated properly, they would be correct. Because I was shocked when I, who was surrounded by law enforcement, it was drawn to my attention, behold, the President of the Senate, her and a teenager, and she did not have adequate security, none at all. And I said to myself, I can't wait to see Mr. Monroe to ask him, how is it that the President of the Senate could be in the eastern part of the island and not have the proper security that I think she should have. And if I think that she should have security, take it from me, she should have security. So I found it very exciting. And as I examined the list, it was only this senator who attended that event that I felt the country was unfair to her. And whenever I see Minister Monroe, I'm going to ask him, how is it that the President of the Senate is a female and she does not have, in my submission, adequate security? This is pretty much God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save women everywhere. I want the United States Embassy to stop it. Allison is more equal than everybody else in the country. I have a long list of her equality achievements. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Do you have bills to pay, my spiritual advisor?
Okay, we got a couple bills to pay. Let's go ahead and do that. Looking for a quick getaway? Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at WesternAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money, always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with MoneyMax. Download the MoneyMax app today and send cash instantly to a family member, friend, anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax. Live your max life.
This is powerful. Well, folks, I return back to an article involving the Embassy of the United States of America, who suggested that women like Allison Maynard is not being treated fairly. Does the American Embassy know that between the year 2012 and 2017, Allison Maynard victimized a blind man? And had it not been for Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, committed to the rule of law and mercy, Aaron Knowles, who is blind, who's the best friend of Hubert Alexander Ingram, who has been a patriarch, whose father has been a stalwart of the Progressive Liberal Party, had it not been for Philip Brave Davis' intervention, blind man Aaron Knowles would have gone hungry. Allison Maynard, and she need the American Embassy to speak up for justice for her. Lord have mercy. Allison is mean and spiteful. And had it not been for Philip Brave Davis, Aaron Knowles, having been abandoned by his own party, having been abandoned by Dr. Hubert Minnis, had it not been in this party term, in this PLP administration, he would have caught eternal hell because of the evil ways of Allison Maynard. But that's what the American Embassy is running on, with gender equality. What gender equality? Allison gets whatever she wants. She gets the first pick. And in the Bahamas, I submit that the women of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas have always been equal and have always been in charge. Cynthia Pratt, by the grace of God, is Governor General and constitutionally is in charge of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and is the personal representative of our blessed sovereign, King Charles III. So where is the woman's inequality? Where? I saw no woman from Baintown, none from Grandstand. I saw no women who need to be educated and uplifted. I've seen none of the women who are the subject of all sorts of exploitation. These are the privileged Negroes. These are the privileged Negroes. Allison Maynard is such a man-hater. Such a man-hater that my dad's outside children living in Freeport, their first cousin is the man next in line to be the president of the university. And what did Allison do with him? First, she brought in an American who, when he went to the university and recognized that that university was a Negro hellhole. He quickly left. And instead of Allison promoting my dad's outside children in Freeport for his cousin, she went to Canada and brought back Janine Horder. You mean to tell me Janine Horder ain't equal? And she from Canada? And she white? Come on. The United States Embassy need to do better than that. If they're looking for some Negro women who are being exploited, I can bring them all kind of Negro women out of Black Village, out of Baintown proper, out of Camp Road, out of Coconut Grove. But Allison, no. The charge d'affaires is so wrong. Now, what she should have done is just invite them to celebrate the United States 1920 constitutional amendment. That is what she should have just do that. But to suggest that Allison ain't get... Let me ask the American Embassy, you think that bushy-haired white boy from FDX was able to exploit Allison? No. Can't exploit Allison. Allison is a superwoman. Can't exploit Allison? I want the Americans to stop pushing this kind of propaganda. Women in the Bahamas have always been treated equally. They get everything. Everything. So I thought I would draw that to your attention, and I thought that I'd let you know that there was one woman, if the Americans were looking for one that did not get equality, it is Senator the Honorable Michelle Adderley. And so it's powerful. So these were some of the notable guests that attended that luncheon. It was Allison Maynard Gibson, KC. Allison was so equal that Allison gave herself a knighthood. I want the Americans to hear this. Allison was so equal that she gave herself a knighthood. Allison comes from a family that believes in all for me, baby. And Allison should have hung her head in shame when they talk about Bahamian women being treated unjustifiably in this country. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. All right? That's a lie. So among the notables was Allison Maynard Gibson, KC, the University of the Bahamas acting president, Janine Horder, a Canadian who was married to a former Afro-Bahamian. She's president of the university. And then, of course, there was the president of the Senate, Senator the Honorable Lachelle Adderley. And then, of course, there was Senator Maxine Seymour. What does the United States Embassy mean that this woman was not treated properly? Let me find her name, because I had a name here a few seconds ago. Miss Lines, my spiritual advisor, will you help me to find Miss Lines' name? Miss Lines was the lady who challenged Fred Mitchell for the office of national chairman. The embassy said a woman them should be given political office. Do they not know that in Bahamian politics, unlike what the Democratic Party did, we elect the leader of the party if there's a challenger. So, Miss Lyons, she challenged Fred Mitchell. The majority of the Robin Lyons, Ms. Robin Lyons challenged Fred Mitchell. The majority delegates voted for Fred Mitchell over her. How can the Americans then argue that she was not treated fairly when the majority of the delegates didn't want her? This is democracy. This ain't the Republican Party, where Joe Biden won the nomination and then they told him he can't run, and without having any competition for the presidential nominee, they decided it will be Mrs. Harris. So these things are very important. So when I saw the article, I said to myself, why is the Americans setting up Allison Maynard? I'm going to rebut what they're saying because I know the dirty trick of Allison Maynard. And I want this country to hear me. Had it not been, if the PLP had not won this election, if Philip Brave Davis was not Prime Minister, Dr. Minnis and Allison Maynard like this. And I say for them, if I tell you they like this, you take it from me. And Aaron Knowles could get no justice. It was only when the PLP came to power in this time, and he petitioned Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis. And upon Mr. Davis examining the documents, watch out for me, upon him examining the documents, it became clear to him that Aaron was the victor. Now, if they want me to go into the documents and embarrass the judicial system, I'm prepared to do it because it doesn't matter to me. All right? So I want the Americans to stop it. I want them to be truthful. And I want them to stop pushing idle propaganda. Robin Lyons has been treated fairly. She just gonna have to go out and campaign harder. If she doesn't, as long as Fred Mitchell runs as chairman, he'll be elected. And that's the way it's done in a democracy. Mr. Virtual Advisor, you may not want to comment on an issue like this.
I'm just trying to figure out, why you're trying to blast Allison Maynard Gibson. She was just a guest at this event,
Everybody there was a guest.
So what are you saying? They're saying that she doesn't have, or she's struggling with women's equality? That's what you're saying?
Do I have to read the article to you? I'll have no problem in reading it to you. The United States said they're celebrating 1920 amendment to the Constitution, which gave women the right to vote. When did the black people in the United States got the right to vote? When did the African American got the right? When did they pass the Civil Rights Act that gave black people the right to vote? When did they do it? Just happened while I was in junior high school, After the assassination of President John F. Kennedy and the rise of President Lyndon Johnson, recognizing that the Americans were practicing apartheid, President Johnson moved to create a Civil Rights Act. By then, Ruby Ann Darling had become the first woman to go and register. You heard me? By then, Ruby Ann Darling had emerged as the first Afro-Bahamian, the first African Bahamian to go and register. We have to know our history. We need to know our history. We need to remember it. And it's powerful. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save women who are in despair. God save women who are confused. God save these Negro women who have turned away from the cross of Jesus Christ and is pursuing the devil. God save the King, King Charles III, and the entire royal family. It's powerful. I'll leave that for the day. Are you finished with commenting, my
Leave that
spiritual
for the
advisor?
day. Leave that for the
This
day.
is powerful.
Yeah.
So having said that, there are some other interesting matters that I have to deal with. I want to go to an article that is attributed to the national chairman of the PLP in the aftermath of 3 Negro men being arraigned yesterday in the magistrate court, charged with conspiracy to commit murder, accessory after the fact, and murder. I'm referring specifically to Fred Mitchell, who issued a statement which is perhaps identical to what I told you yesterday. It's a very interesting article in view of the fact that many people want to play politics. And this is very important what Mr. Mitchell said. Fred Mitchell says, and I quote him, "You are responsible for your personal conduct." What did Fred Mitchell say? You are responsible for your personal conduct. So you could be employed in the bank, you can be an officer of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, you may have a political contract. Well, the presumption is you are going to act in accordance with the law. You're going to be responsible. And if you failed to act responsibly, Fred Mitchell has suggested that you should fall on your own sword. By that, when I saw falling on your own sword, I decided I will take it to the extremity. You should commit suicide. To fall on your sword, to fall on your cutlass, is to commit suicide. But I'm certain he means you should do the honorable thing and you should resign. It's a very powerful statement, and he's pointed out that during the PLP nomination process, those who were interested in nomination, those who was trying their hand, they held cadre meetings, they held political schools. People were taught how you should conduct yourself as a member of parliament, as a senator, as a minister, as a person who perhaps might emerge in holding certain corporate office. So people were told that. And then, of course, we instinctively know what is right and wrong. There's some things that nobody needs to tell us, but if we do it, or if we contemplate it, we know immediately, boy, that's wrong, I ain't gonna do that. And so it's a powerful lesson for all. And we have seen in both the two major parties, we've seen where members of parliament have not acted responsibly. There's some things that you should not do. And if you are going to be duplicitous, you have to be good at duplicity. There are many people in our society who are duplicitous. We have a great record, a great history of members of parliament being very duplicitous. And sometimes you recognize, boy, he's duplicitous, but it's a kind of decent duplicity. It's a kind of respectable duplicity. We know that's his sweetheart, but he's able to manage her in such a way that you really ain't sure. You really ain't sure. And to the extent that you are aware that that is the minister's sweetheart, that is the MP's sweetheart, that is the honorable senator's sweetheart. She has been taught that a sweetheart is to conduct herself in such a way that she and the wife will never clash. That she will remain in her small corner with her children, and the wife will remain in her corner. So it's a powerful lesson. I think all of us should learn from that lesson. All of us should be responsible and conduct ourselves properly. It is a duplicitous society, and sometimes duplicity could be very stimulating. Duplicity can be delicious. Duplicity can be very stupid. So we are called upon to act responsibly. Perhaps my spiritual advisor may want to comment on duplicity and stupidity.
But I mean, it's still a form of damage control because of the association. Remember, I mean, you can't separate association.
What do you mean by association?
Yes, we
Talk
understand.
clearly.
Yes, we understand.
Talk clearly. What do you mean?
The young man in question has been attached to the PLP for years and years and years. So you can't separate that. You still look at the event and what he did and recognize that he represents a party.
But he does not represent the party. That is not true.
He's a part of
He is not. Hold on a second.
He holds a position in the party.
No, he does not hold a position in the PLP.
He is a member of the Progressive Liberal Party.
Well,
he's been a part of the Progressive Young Liberals for years. And so,
my spiritual advisor.
I understand what he said, but it's still a form of damage control.
Let us then look
Yes or no?
at the FNM.
Yes or no?
Let's look at the FNM. If that is what you are doing. You see, this is where it becomes
Hey,
dangerous.
what I doing, Sandra? It's what it is.
Yes. There is no evidence that he is a national officer of the Progressive Liberal Party.
But we know that he's associated with the party. Right? Is he not? Is he not associated with the party?
I don't know. I know I'm associated with the FNM.
Okay.
I know I'm associated
All right,
with
so
Hubert
seeing
Ingram.
that you don't know, well,
Right?
seeing
But
that you don't know,
You know.
we leave that.
You know. Right? No,
It's amazing, eh?
my spiritual advisor.
It's amazing.
Even if he's a member
I understand
of the
now.
party. Just
I
hold on a second.
understand.
Just hold on a second. Just hold on. I'm baiting you because I'm about to drop on you some FNMs who've committed crime, and Janet Boswick them never got rid of them. I could give you an FNM who Janet represent, and everybody know he got some of that $100,000. But by grab and Janet got before the court. What did she do? She got rid of him. We know that the Conky Joe woman did drown the baby. But when Janet got to the court, Janet was able to convince the Negro authorities that that Conky Joe woman should be pardoned. And perhaps I can take it to the extreme and give a reason why perhaps she should have drowned the baby. That would be a sin. But Janet was a big-time Anglican. You have to be very, very careful about that. My conduct, I'm an adult. I'm responsible for my own behavior. And the fact of the matter is, since I'm a member of this society, it would mean that I have thousands of family members, hundreds of friends. But I am required to act responsibly. You have to be careful when you pursue that line, and that is where the FNM made a mistake. In the case of North Abaco Member of Parliament, when the FNM Women Association called for his prosecution. Now the judge can't convene court. And there's only one authority who can successfully argue how to ensure he get justice. And there's only one way for him to get justice, and that would be for the court to select members and or supporters of the PLP and let them sit on the jury. We know they will not be biased. But that's what happened when you interfere with justice. I just thought you should know that for what it is worth. Well, having said that, having referred to Fred Mitchell, it's now becoming old news. Other than I am disturbed, yesterday, Mario Scotland Yard Bannister, he was charged with conspiracy to commit murder and accessory after the facts. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. When I come back, it's bright day time, and then it's something called a voluntary bill of indictment. Why is the system not functioning more efficiently? Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and this is a point when we invite the spiritual advisor to do birthdays. Bradley?
We got a couple of birthdays we want to do today. Who do we have today, Mr. Producer? Is that Keyshawn? So Keyshawn is celebrating the birthday. It's coming from his mother, Keisha, his dad, Michael, his brothers, Grammy, Lisa, and great-grandmother, Jennifer, aunts and uncles, family, and friends. So happy birthday to Keyshawn. You get a shout out to is that Mistress Galaxy Bahamas?
Yes,
Galaxy?
Miss Galaxy. Yes. You see the name?
It says Galaxy.
Yeah, Galaxy. Miss Galaxy Bahamas.
Galaxy?
Yeah, Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's coming from who's Hadassah Camp?
Hadassah Camp is the young girl. The young girl. She is the little Miss Galaxy, and the grown lady. You see her name?
Is that let's see.
Yeah.
Miss Sophia Wallace?
Yes.
Okay.
And they were the two first runner-up in an event which took place in the United States.
Yeah, there were 88 contestants, and both cranes won first run-up in their respective categories.
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to congratulate them. And in the case of young Hadassah Kemp, am I pronouncing her name correctly?
Yes.
She met me in studio today. And when she saw me, she came to attention and she gave me a power salute, and she told me that her grandmother was one of the women them and accepted my leadership.
Okay.
I was so overwhelmed, and I told her, go now and tell Grammy that I thank God that she has accepted my leadership. This is powerful. Congratulations.
I think that's all we have for today.
Okay, so this is great. All right.
Galaxy.
Yeah. Do you have ad to pay at this point or not? No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, folks, you would recall that I have been complaining about Airbnb in Grand Bahama. It's one of the biggest rackets going on. And I'll tell you something, based on the intelligence I've received, they're doing a wonderful job. They are able to smuggle my people into the United States. So they're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. And they have been so successful that they have not been captured yet. Well, here on the island of New Providence, they have some foreign white people who have opened up, it is alleged, an Airbnb on the western part of the island. They have gone into a mushroom industry. This mushroom, it is alleged, is drug mushroom. So on their website, you can come to their Airbnb and you can have a psychedelic trip. So the psychedelic trip starts from $1,000, and they're doing a wonderful, striving business at Airbnb. One source, independent of my first source, say any kind of dope you could get in the bag there, because these are white people, and traditionally, when white people come to the Bahamas and open a business, we don't check. Well, I am advised, and I've not spoken with Dr. Michael Dowell, but a source has informed me that Dr. Michael Dowell, who's the health minister, has ordered the police to close down the psychedelic Airbnb, conduct an investigation, confiscate whatever mushroom that they are giving you that makes you psychedelic, that causes you to go like crazy. So that is what is taking place in the country. I call publicly on the health minister to ensure that every white person on the western part of the island who is participating in this alleged Airbnb mushroom psychedelic dope business, that they are to be arrested and taken to the nearest justice of the peace to be tried. This is the danger that this country is faced with uncontrolled Airbnb. Remember what I told you. Grand Bahama has a wonderful Airbnb human smuggling ring, and they're doing very well. It's a wonderful business, and I want to warn Haitians, my people, that the United States has a policy that permit X amount of Haitians to come into the United States. So there's no need to travel to the Bahamas to be smuggled into the United States. Okay? And then, of course, this new development where white people, because you know, the white people look like tourists. And so they're able to trick us because once they put on a bar trunk and a t-shirt or bikini, we say, well, that's the tourist down. But buy, grab. Out west, they're running one of the biggest dope Airbnb business, Mushroom. So you heard it here, okay? I just thought I'd let you know what's going on. And I wanted to stop, okay? I do love mushrooms. I normally have my mushroom. I buy my mushroom from the food store, and I cook my mushroom and put it on my meat. But they have wild mushroom and imported mushroom, and you move in, and they give you a psychedelic, all right? You go crazy, you freak out in the back there, and it's powerful, okay? So they even got websites, it is alleged. But I've received intelligence that the health minister, Dr. Michael Dowell, said, by damn, it will stop, and he has ordered the police to go West Bay and to close it down. So I'll be waiting to see what the police says, and depending on what the police say, me and Babuki, we may have to go out west to hunt for these gangsters. So, any comment, my spiritual advisor?
No.
Yeah, have you ever heard about mushroom that makes one psychedelic?
Mushroom. As a producer, what kind of drug is that? Sorry? Psilocybin. What does it do? It gives you what?
You see colors, you see things.
Oh.
It freaks you out.
It has a
All right.
psychological effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dope. All
And
right.
how long has it been out? It's the
What?
first time I'm hearing about. What's the name? Mushroom? Psilocybin. Okay. I've never heard about it before.
Well,
actually.
there are many dopes that exist
Where,
in
where
the
does,
world.
where does it come from? Who supplies it? Oh. Pardon me? It grows naturally? Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that is what is going on, and I would hope that the Commissioner of Police will confirm or deny whether or not they have received instruction to close down that drug smuggling Airbnb. I think the government should confiscate it. They should confiscate it, and they should just arrest all them foreign white people, and perhaps they should go with them kind of jacket that you can, strap them down. So that's what's going on there. All right? It's amazing what they're doing in this country. I never trust Airbnb. I never trust what they call
Hold
it.
on. Listen. Let's get this straight. All right. Airbnb is a term used for affordable vacation home accommodation. It's a brand.
What is it?
It's a brand.
Well, then they've added mushroom to it now.
So that's just an isolated situation.
No!
So Airbnb.
They added human smuggling to it. Okay? Go
It
ahead.
is a successful brand that is used all over the world, including when people are sent to Cuba to have their eyes or whatever you sorted out. They have Airbnbs all over Cuba that you can use to stay overnight before you go or after you would have visited the doctor and before you come back to the Bahamas. So it's a brand. It's a combination.
So it's a brand.
Yeah.
So it's different
And
brands then.
you can stay the Airbnb anywhere once it's available in a particular country.
Well, out west, where it is available.
So you don't use this
Don't tell me what
term
to use.
to smear
My spiritual
and
advisor,
paint
I'm not sparing.
the whole brand. 'Cause the Airbnb is not a drug smuggling or human smuggling.
Stop saying that.
brand.
In Grand Bahama, it is.
So somebody may have decided they're going to stay at a particular spot and either smoke dope or smuggle humans at that particular spot. All right. If it was an Airbnb accommodation, that doesn't mean that the entire Airbnb.
They're different brands.
It's not. It's no different brands. They have it all over the world in different locations.
Do you know there's a prostitution brand?
When you say a
Do
prostitution
you know there's a
brand,
brand to have
when you
parties?
say when you say prostitution brand, what do you mean?
Have you ever been in?
You can
Let me just ask the question.
use Airbnb for parties.
For parties.
You can use it for wedding receptions.
Wedding receptions.
You can use it for accommodations.
For accommodation.
You could use it.
For illegal?
You shouldn't use it for that. That's what you should be saying.
No, I'm looking
see?
at the fact. Say, I don't know,
Don't know
whether or not they are allowed because
Let me
in
ask you a
Grand
question.
yes,
Have you ever stayed in Airbnb before?
no,
Okay.
yeah,
So, I saw a video footage of Harbor Island,
okay,
and I want to visit Harbor Island
okay,
because the video footage on YouTube shows it is a very beautiful place with a lot of luxury homes,
Okay.
and where a lot of rich people park their yachts.
okay.
So if we go there, we'll stay at an Airbnb.
But if you go to
you
the
understand what I mean,
internet,
right?
if you go to the internet of this Airbnb out west,
what's it-
it tells you can have your psychedelic drugs,
So
your
what
mushroom.
is the name of the place?
I don't know what is the name of the place.
Right. So that particular place can be axed and examined, but it isn't a total representation of the Airbnb
Well,
brand.
I have two blows against
You understand
it.
that, right?
I have two blows against it. In Grand Bahama, there's documented human smuggling. My people, the Haitian people, have been using it.
They've
And,
been using a particular place in Grand Bahama,
and
right?
my spiritual
That is
advisor,
purportedly used as
my
an
spiritual
Airbnb.
advisor, they've been using Airbnb and it has been working. Right? They have been successful in getting into the United States. That is the
Yeah,
intelligence.
that's human
which I
smuggling.
was-
You need to report that.
everybody knows
That's
it.
human smuggling.
Everybody knows it. And
Yeah, but
then
human
we
smuggling is
now
against the law.
have evidence where out west, the health minister has moved to close it down. We have been told by a reliable source that there is a website that promotes
that you can go to.
Airbnb, and your dope starts at $1,000.
Yeah, so that should be shut down.
All right.
Now, is this substance illegal in the Bahamas? This mushroom thing.
I really don't know.
So you need to
But-
find that out.
But that's a but.
You need to find that out.
Under previous law, the Minister of Health has the power to declare any substance illegal.
Because the producer
Or
says
a drug.
it is a naturally grown product in the mushroom.
Well, it doesn't matter, eh? There's so many things that are natural
Is it
that are against the
illegal
law.
to use it in the Bahamas?
Well,
We
the
don't
Minister
know.
of Health has closed it down.
Okay. All right.
It has closed it down. I just want Bahamians to know what white people are doing out west. So if you see any white people out west and they look high and they're saying things and color, chances
So
are,
it's giving them DTs.
I don't know what it gives them. All right? But if the business continue, I'm going to have to reapply to work at Sandilands, where I specialize over 40 years ago. I specialize in holding you down while Dr. Pileski, Dr. Humblestone, and others shock you. Okay? I think I can still hold down patients. So that is what is taking place in the country, and I thought I should say it to you. Do you have any comments?
Let's move on, Sandra.
You want to move on?
Let's move on.
Do you want to re-examine the charges that were levied against the 3 Negro men, one from Grand Bahama and one from Nassau?
Well, yeah,
Well, 2 from Nassau.
Well, okay, so the charges against the former administrator of the, what's that place out west?
Clifton
Heritage.
Yeah,
It's a park,
yeah.
is it? All right, so he's been charged with conspiracy.
Yes. Conspiracy
To what? To commit murder.
to commit murder
All right, so,
and accessory after the fact.
right, so what's the difference between those two?
Well,
What's conspiracy to commit murder, producer?
Conspiracy
You could get that
is
definition. I
when-
think I put it someplace
when
there.
1, 2 or more get together and plan to carry out that criminal act to kill somebody.
But you don't have to do it yourself.
That is the accessory, where I may say to you, listen, I am 67 and you are 25 and 29. You all know how to kill. I need y'all to go and kill.
Right, so
woman.
in order for there to be a conspiracy, 1 or 2 or more have to agree.
Well, it can't be. One can't conspire by
Yeah,
himself.
okay, so 2 or more.
2 or more.
So, sorry, what I meant to say, if you have, it has to be with 1 or more persons. You, another person, and another person at least.
Well,
At least you and another person?
or more.
Or more. Okay.
Yeah.
What does it say, producer? All right. You have to agree to carry out.
Well, there might not be an agreement. We might be conspiring and we're negotiating.
All right. So
Right?
let me read it. Let me see what it says, producer, so we could really understand and find out what the difference is, and if these charges are in fact correct that they have levied against Mario. What's his name? Scott Bannister?
Mario Scotland Yard Bannister.
Why is he called Scotland Yard?
That's as I understand that is his middle name.
Was he an investigator before? Because if he was,
Well, be careful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's leave that alone.
Yeah.
So conspiracy to commit murder is some.
My spiritual advisor, if you and I get together,
Okay, if you agree with 1 or more persons to intentionally and unlawfully kill someone, okay, and at least one of the persons involved commits some act to further disagreement.
even if
All
they
right.
do not commit the act, if you and I plot to kill Jeremiah, right?
So how do you carry us before the court, even though we don't commit the act? Because it does seem as if the act has to be carried out in order for conspiracy to stick.
No,
No?
no. I
Okay,
submit.
okay, okay.
I'm not an attorney. I'm
Okay.
just a learned layman. I submit that if you and I plot, conspire to kill somebody, even though we may not have been able to pull it off, if evidence can be found, right?
Okay.
Or let's say there are 3 of us, and Negro man number 2, he goes and reports us to the police. Boy, they're plotting to kill Jeremiah. Well, then I submit that is conspiracy.
So what's the other charge?
Accessory after the fact.
So what does that mean?
I would want to submit that you knew of the criminal intention either before and or after, and you fail to perhaps tell the police. So if I said to you, let's kill Jeremiah, right? And then when I leave, you will tell the police, boy, man go trying to get me to kill Jeremiah. You may save yourself. So I think. But what is disturbing is the director of prosecution. In the case of the 3 Negro citizens, Christian Napier, Dante, Riley, and Mr. What is his name? Help me with Bastian first name, Bannister first name.
Mario Scott Bannister.
Scott Lanyard Bannister. The
Okay.
Director of Public Prosecution has informed the court that they will serve on them a voluntary bill of indictment in February. Now this is the month of August, so let's count it. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. We should fire the Director of Public Prosecution. You mean to tell me it takes 6 months to prepare that document, which should be a precedent in the computer of the Director of Public Prosecution? No wonder the cases are backlogging. No wonder there will be no timely trial. 6 months? The government should award the preparation of the voluntary bill of indictment. They should just give it out to the JPs. And I'm certain that if they provide JPs with a precedent, it's a very easy thing for us to draw up. But you mean to tell me it can take 6 months? 6 months? Man, we're in trouble. Man, we are in trouble. It is gross incompetency. Gross incompetency. All right? So this is what you're faced with. Not only is the incompetency gross, it's a Negro incompetency. It's just terrible. No precedent? Come on. The police prosecutor who perhaps presented the charges should be able to prepare a draft of the voluntary bill of indictment and take it to the office of the Director of Public Prosecution so they could examine it to see if the police complied properly with the rules. But 6 months? We jokey. We jokey. And that is why law and order is broken down in this country. Because everybody knows, boy, it can take them 6 months. And chances are, it will not be produced in 6 months. Now, you want to know why I'm able to say that? I tested. I listened to the Negro official. And they give a date. And I went to court. And guess what? It never happened. Never happened. All right? And perhaps I could understand why it didn't happen. Carl Bettel, the Attorney General, he might have been preoccupied writing his book, because I've received words that Carl Bettel has published a book. I can't wait to buy a copy, because I had the feelings that the level of distraction that existed in the Attorney General, Carl Bettel was preoccupied doing something. Now I believe I got the evidence. Only thing is I can't find this book. All right? But if I find the book, I'm going to read the book to find out why Carl had it wrong. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Dear Lord, bring peace in our land. Dear Lord, the Director of Public Prosecution is grossly incompetent. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. We have been told that Long Island F&M Member of Parliament Adrian Gibson should have returned to court today. You will note that Adrian Gibson is on trial, and he and a number of other Negro citizens, but something unusual has been taking place where it appears that the court takes breaks, the courts perhaps take a little vacation, I'm not sure, nobody is saying anything, so there's been a long break in the case, but we are told that Adrian should have returned to court today. So that is breaking news. And then, of course, I continue to support Donald Trump. And I want the Negro people to know, notwithstanding what you are hearing, Donald Trump is winning, and it is our duty as the Negro people. We have to put aside racism, and we have to support Donald Trump. It's going to be powerful. Now, I know there are some of you who are upset. Please do not be upset. You are free to vote and or support Mrs. Harris. So you're free to do that. But as for me and my household, we're going to pray for Donald Trump, because we believe that Trump will make America great again, and that he's going to build a big, big wall. And it's powerful. So vote for Trump. Yes, indeed. Trump knows what the people did. My spiritual advisor, you paying any bills before you open the phone?
Looking for a quick getaway. Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at WesternAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money, always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with MoneyMax. Download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax. Live your max life.
It's powerful. Well, my spiritual advisor,
let's open the lines.
The show over to you.
Yeah, we're going to open the lines.
You are to accept calls from the people them. I call on the people to be kind and courteous. Other than that, under section 1, I shall intervene. This is powerful. My spiritual advisor.
323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. They're the numbers to call. The phone lines are open. Call it now, and you can engage us in conversation, whatever it is you would like to speak about or talk about. You can call us. The numbers are 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. Our lines working, producer, Senator?
Yes, my spiritual advisor.
On the floor.
Really? Put the camera on the spiritual advisor for a second, please.
323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Do we have our voice callers yet, Ms. Medusa? Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You are live.
Spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon, sir.
Let me speak to Mr. Montgomery.
Go ahead.
Mr. Montgomery.
Sir?
You got to stop getting false news, man. Adrian Gibson being the call from yesterday.
I thank you for the information. My reporter, who would normally be following him, she had to be assigned to Grand Bahama so that I would know what they were doing at that demonstration. But I thank you for telling me that he was...
You got to be more responsible, man. You're dealing with the public.
Well,
the public ain't supposed to know more than you.
Well, listen to me. I just give you an explanation. My reporter had to go to Grand Bahama. It is only today that she has informed me that he went to court today. I thank you for your correction.
Yeah, you tie up so much with Trump. You tie up with U.S. news. You don't even listen to Bahamian news no more.
Mes amis, pour qui ça vous parlez mal? Let that Haitian man go, eh?
I say,
Goodness me. I want to warn the Haitians. I'm your leader. If I make a mistake, please do not embarrass me in the Bahamas. I'm your leader. Okay? I'm your leader. I'm the leader of the Haitian people. There's no need to embarrass me because it's easy for me to take shame. And I'm ashamed and I'm sorry. It's powerful.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Caller, you there? 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Oh,
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
yeah, Mr. Monica.
So,
What happened to the story of that woman who beat the generator in Freeport?
when we were in convention, that's the F&M, she and I got together. She has assured me that they lie on her, that she never thieved that big generator. And she's asked me if I would extend an invitation to her, and I've forgotten. But I thank you for reminding me. I shall extend an invitation to Senator the Honorable Faye Smith. When she finished speaking to me at that convention, I was so overwhelmed, particularly since I sensed that she was going to reject Dr. Minnis and support Hubert Ingram's candidate. That was Michael Pintard. So I'll look into that and I'll extend her the invitation. I just hope I don't have to pay for her to come to Nassau. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
This is powerful.
You're welcome. Take care. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Yes, you're live, caller. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, the bushes by crossroad from BC. They're going to go. Who's responsible for that?
Now, there is no bush across from BC unless...
Yeah, man. When you going through that little corner, if you go B Street, go straight down.
There is no bush on Newbold Street.
You listen to what I said?
Yeah. There is no bush on Fleming Street.
But you listen to what I said. There's a bush in Big Pond.
Yeah,
What part of-
on the left-hand side?
What part of...
Left-hand side.
No,
Yeah.
no, don't tell me but left-hand side. What part of Big Pond?
Okay. Say if I come on the BC yard, right?
Yes?
I go straight across.
Now, you know BC has 3 entrance and 3 exit.
No, I talk about the main entrance.
No. The main entrance is facing my estate. And you don't call my little bit of bush no big bush. So what entrance you mean?
Monica, okay. You're
Goodness
coming up
me.
Blue Road, right?
Yes.
Coming up Blue Road.
Yes?
Yes.
You turn right.
Coming up Luhan Road?
Yeah, you saw the bush in the corner there.
Is it across the road from the old bamboo shack somewhere?
Bradley, he's giving wrong direction.
Off
Opposite?
the place.
Listen to
The
me.
place on the side of the road.
Do you know where Tucker Street is?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine you on Tucker Street. Where are you heading?
I hadn't going.
Where?
You got me confused.
Do you know where the old Mabel Walker Primary School was
Yeah, coming up
located?
straight through there. That little shortcut.
Okay. That belongs to BPL.
Yeah.
Under the lamp pole?
Mm-hmm.
Or where the house is on the northern side?
Man, they got all kind of furniture, all kind of tush, all around there.
All right. You live in Big Pond?
No, I used to live in Big Pond.
Well, you know me. You and I could meet at the spot so you can show it to me.
Oh, man, it's easy, Muslim man.
Listen, you can show it to me so I could get on Shenandoah Cartwright. He's the MP, and he collects almost $200,000 in money to do work in the constituency.
I see you take the blue hat off it.
I took what off?
The blue hat off.
Yeah, I changed the color.
You
Today.
know blue is Democratic. You mix it up.
No, I'm not mixed up. That's what Trump them sent me.
No. The mix it up. You mix it up. Blue is Democrat.
Oh boy. Why is the Haitian people treating me like this?
Yeah, but you mixed up losing Democrat.
Les amis, liquido papa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. Have a good day.
Thank you. It's amazing I have to curse out my people, the Haitian people. Go ahead.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. How much?
Could I please get you the right thing?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm calling. When the news ambassador. I haven't been able to go to dialysis.
You're not able to go to the dialysis unit? Why?
Yes.
Why? Why?
I can't walk. So, it's hard to get right to dialysis because I was on a walker.
Okay.
And
Let me tell you what I'm going to do for you. All right, listen to me. Give my producer your name and your cell phone. I'll call you a little later and find out your address, and then I'll put that to Dr. Michael Dowell to find out how can we facilitate picking you up and getting you to the dialysis ward. How does it sound?
Yes. I'm also, I have been going to the hospital back and forth for I have gone through and fibroids. I'm not getting it, and so why is it that I get the surgery? I'm also always looking, so I'm not doing,
Okay, when I call you, I'm going to call you this evening. Give the producer your full name, your number. When I call you, tell me all of that. And I will send a special message to Dr. Michael Dowell to find out how best we can help you, okay?
yes.
So don't hang up. Give the producer your name and your number, okay? Okay, my
All
dear.
right. I'm so sorry. She sounds like she really needs the help.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
A pleasant good afternoon.
Sir,
My illustrious brother,
sir,
Mr. Monica,
sir.
I'm calling you to thank you for all the goodness that you do for the people there.
I thank you for your kindness. I thank
I
you.
thank you. I thank you for being the voice for the voiceless. I thank you for being God has extended, reaching out to your breath.
I thank you for your kindness.
Most of all, I thank God for you being yourself.
I thank you for your kindness.
My illustrious brother, a person important just now,
Yes?
you kindly let me know how I could contribute to have them get to where they need to go.
I thank you for your
I don't
kindness.
want to say what I want to do because I don't need to let my left hand know what my right hand is doing.
Okay?
But you know this voice.
I do know your voice.
Okay. So when you get time, you call me and let me know how I could be a blessing to that person is just called.
I thank you for your kindness.
God bless you, people.
God bless you and keep you. Continue to be kind.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello, am I on Freedom March?
You're live. Go ahead.
I'm calling concerning the person who just called about the dirt on Tucker Road on BPL's property.
Yeah.
And Father Brother Monica said, call Shenandoah to clean it up. Why should Shenandoah clean BPL's property?
Now, are you sure it is BPL property?
You said it, Brother Monica. You just said
No,
you
no,
told
no,
the
no,
boy
no.
that belonged to BPL.
No, no, no.
Listen.
Listen to
you
me.
Know, you know the voice.
Are you sure it is BPL
I am only
property?
going on what you said.
I'm going to suggest that you do me a favor. You go to the spot, identify it, and call me
You
tomorrow.
did the identification. You said it was BPL's property.
Yeah,
so
I
am
might be
wondering,
right,
Why
I might
should
be
the
wrong.
MP claim BPL's property?
I want you to check it to make sure,
I already have.
And
you know I
who's-
be fluent. If I call in, I don't call in with nonsense.
and it is BPL
Of
property.
course. So why should
Okay,
Mr.
so
Cartwright have
if
to
it is
claim that?
BPL property, then
It
BPL will have to pay for it.
Okay. Thank
Okay?
you.
But I hope you are correct.
I am.
I hope you are correct.
No, you know me. You know I don't.
You don't sound
I
like an
go around the
F&M
corner.
today.
I don't
I-
call in unless it's something positive.
I hope you are correct.
I am. Because you know why they're running the road like that with them big wires pulling up.
No,
Come
no,
on,
no.
Berman, come. You smart.
No, be careful, be
Or
careful.
what? Speaking the truth.
I'm not sure you're speaking the truth.
Okay, what you want to bet on it?
I want you to check it first.
Bean, you could go there this afternoon.
I don't want to go with you because you're not wearing anything red.
I could wear what I want, but it doesn't have to do with where we go in. Brother
Where
Monica.
you go with me, you must put on red.
I always in red. My heart red. My church color is
No, no,
red.
no, 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 no. Put on the party color.
Brother Monica, I only want to go there and verify what I'm saying.
Come
and let
red.
you know
If you're
I
not
know
coming
what I am
red-
saying.
Don't come.
You know my head's big, but I know king with the big head. Now
Okay.
you know that, Brother Monica.
I thank you, sister woman.
You know who this is. It's your neighbor.
You my neighbor?
Oh, you don't know my voice no more?
Your voice sounds so youthful. Is this you, sister woman?
This is Miss Brenda Hepburn. Come on, Rodney.
That's you.
That's me.
You're Shenandoah General.
No, I am Brenda Hepburn. Brenda Alberta Hepburn.
You're Shenandoah General.
I am Brenda Alberta Hepburn.
Meet me at the spot. And
You go
today,
now, just you knock off.
and today you will choose who you will
What?
follow. If it will be
Well,
Shenandoah
You know I ain't get chance.
or will it be me? Don't forget, Shenandoah never took you in the water.
But you still owe me for that.
Only one man took you in the water.
You still owe me.
Shenandoah was not worthy.
You still owe me.
Remember,
You, Jonathan,
I
owe
took
me.
you in the water.
You owe me though. Jonathan didn't hire me. You hire me. Non-payment.
Well, you better pay. Take it care, my love.
Thank you
You
so
have a
much.
blessed evening.
Yes,
Amen.
thank you so much, caller. We got any more calls? Welcome to Freedom March, caller. We're live.
Freedom March.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. How y'all doing?
How much more time we have to do, sir?
10 minutes.
How y'all doing? Brother Monica,
So,
the voice before the lady.
please,
That's a common voice to us, eh?
yes, it is a common voice
Believe
to
that,
us.
say that.
I only
But
have
listen
one.
to me.
I only have one
want
question
to
for
make
you.
An announcement
I have
on
one
behalf
question
of
for
the
you.
Member of Parliament for
Only one person.
Bamboo Town.
Okay.
Is there any child that is going back to school in the Bamboo Town constituency that haven't received a school bag as yet?
What kind of bag y'all got?
All kind of bags, pretty bags, kitty
You have
bags,
any- you have
dog
any
bags,
knapsack?
pretty Nike, everything.
You got anything to
We
put on
will
your back?
really touch every house in Bamboo Town, but we might have missed one or two people might not be home. I need them to contact the headquarters
Okay.
at 393-2000. And let's
393
give some
2000.
information if they didn't receive a bag for any child that is attending school.
What age children you have bags for?
From 5 until they reach after 16, 17, until high
Really?
school. We have different quality of bags. We have the high school students get the geometry set,
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
So we want to touch every child in Bamboo Town.
Man, you're working hard for the PLP and Madam Speaker.
That's the best. That's the number one lady.
Is the PLP
Lady Potts is what? Would you say about Trump?
What did I say about
Vote
that?
for Potts. What she know what you need?
Vote for Trump, yes indeed.
Vote
Donald
for Potts.
knows.
Yes, indeed. Potts knows exactly what Bamboo Town needs.
This is
She lives
powerful.
in Bamboo Town, so she knows what we need.
Is the PLP taking good care of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you need from the PLP? Speak now.
I will talk to you off here. I don't want everybody to know our business. You know, we do, you know, cleaning. We don't clean our laundry over in the open.
This is powerful. Well, don't forget.
They ain't like you all in there for them.
Don't forget who I am. I am your brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And that was our brother on the radio just before the lady.
And we do love him, eh?
Yes, we do.
This is
God bless.
powerful.
Thank you.
you very much.
All right, take care. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
I'm calling back in reference to a phone call I made on Friday asking Mr. Munker to find out from the Minister of Health when would they have a replacement for the cardiologist, Dr. Patrick Cargill.
That's right. And would you believe that I was in contact with the minister this morning and I forgot all about that? Everything else I communicated with him. Other than that, I'll talk to him again today. Okay?
And
Yeah.
you would give the
Yeah.
answer on the radio tomorrow.
I'll give the answer. Let me just write down that name so that there'll be no mistake. Because I had a long chat with the minister. I thank God for that blessing that I was able to communicate with the Minister of Health, but I failed to remember that. What is the name of that doctor?
Dr. Patrick Cargill. He's the cardiologist.
Patrick Cargill. Okay. Are you not able to see Dr. Dwayne Sands because he's a consultant? Why are you laughing?
I used to attend there, sir. I'm not working from 2019. And
Yeah, but Dr. Dwayne Sands.
His fee is $250. I cannot afford it.
But Dr. Dwayne Sands is the government's consultant.
Okay, then. You'll have to tell me how I could get through
Well,
to him.
let me talk with Dr. Dwayne Sands because I've been looking for an excuse to call him. I'll have to talk to him because he's such a wonderful doctor. So I'll talk first with Minister Michael Daville, and then afterward, I'll find out from Dr. Sands. When will he be at the Princess Margaret Hospital, okay?
And you'll give that information tomorrow.
If I am successful in reaching him, okay?
All right, sir.
This is
Okay.
powerful. Thank you, my dear. Yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, good afternoon, Special Advisor, and good afternoon, Mr. Munker.
Yeah.
Did you call?
Mr. Munker,
Did you
is
call
it
me?
possible?
Did you call me at 9 p.m. last night?
Yes, but
Okay.
I didn't get the thing because I missed one information.
You had
What
my
is the data audit?
you had my wife up all night. I told my wife while I sleep, watch the phone because sister woman is gonna call me, and you never called me. Now, what do you need me to do?
Oh, I just need you, if it's possible, if you can't give it to me on the air, I'll call you. I need a number, a direct number from Mr. Philip McKenzie.
Oh,
NIV.
my daddy cousin.
Yes, sir.
Let me first consult with him because in more recent time he's had so many women calling,
Yes, sir.
and my daddy cousin, I gotta make sure she's not jealous, okay? Because he's married to my father's first cousin.
Well, they ain't got to be jealous of me now. My husband dead. I try to get some money from my husband, but I am unable to receive
Okay.
a survivor's benefit.
Don't worry about it. I will talk to Philip McKenzie. It's close family. He's married into the Moncus family.
Yes, sir.
His wife is my dad's first cousin, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so
I
much.
can call you back.
Thank you, caller.
Call me tomorrow morning. Call me about 10 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
All right, let's take this last call. 30 seconds. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live. You got 30 seconds, caller.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
I just wanted to commend the passport office. I just went only in the last few days, and the process, is just awesome.
This is great.
Great. We're glad to hear that.
I just thought I should call and commend
The passport office.
them for an excellent job.
This is powerful. This is
Awesome
powerful.
process.
This
Thank
is
you.
powerful. We are so happy
Thank you,
to
caller.
hear that.
That's one positive note.
Yeah.
It was spotless.
It was great. And you didn't have to worry about DNA or nothing. No kind of A.
I had no sweat.
This is great.
All right, thank you
Well,
very much, caller.
the PLP is correcting a lot of the problems that existed before they came to power, okay? When we were in charge, that's us in the FNM, we got a lot of things mixed up, but the PLP slowly is straightening it up, okay? So I'm happy to hear it, okay?
Yes, sir. I just thought they should know. The staff,
Yes,
excellent attitude. I mean, everything was just awesome.
this is powerful.
Thank you, caller.
I thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Tout le monde haïtien, jodi a m'a content parce que yon femme relè pour dire bureau passport bon. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Lord, help the people. Lord, free us. Free us, dear Lord. This is my prayer in Jesus' name. My spiritual advisor,
Until tomorrow.
God save the King.